you beautiful legends, and welcome to Blood Force Healing Podcast episode 496. We are here now at Pier, which was quite a mysterious place on the map that I was seeing multiple times, but we came here to check the pier itself to see if it's suitable for potentially for placing a mobile sauna on the trailer that we are planning to use, and we are looking for spots to stand there regularly, at least once or twice a week. So this one looks slightly promising, not the best one because there is very little space. As you can see, it's just a small pier and this crane needs to operate, so obviously we can't stand near it, so the only place is probably here where we can stand alongside this edge and with the view on that hill and the part of the bay that is probably looking lovely when the tide is in. Currently, as you can see, the tide is out completely. It's literally half an hour past the low tide, so water is just coming back. But it's a very interesting spot. We'll see how it goes.
Show them the bird.
Oh, I'm not sure if it's a good idea because YouTube might... Well, I'm not monetized yet, but I don't want the
Should we show it or not?
this to be
it's
locked.
not rotten, so I guess it's...
So yeah, we found this little fella. It's a puffin. Unfortunately dead, but it's very unusual to see. But you can see that characteristic
Don't touch it.
beak is showing that it's a puffin. Puffins are not that close to the shore, I think. So it must have been dead before it landed here and got thrown by the waves. Anyway, it's an interesting spot, not super entertaining, but it might be an option. Let us continue with the walk and we'll be back shortly. Hello and welcome back after our trip to Inver and Port Pier. This will be another short segment on top of already short segment from there, but as you could see, our day circulated really around that location where we went to Inver, that was actually Inver, right? Yeah, we left the car at Inver close to the Rising Tide bar, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's near Salt Hill or Warren Beach, and we visited that beach when we arrived in Donegal back in the days. It was the first summer, but that was on the other side of Ine River, and this time we landed on the opposite side. And this is actually the river that those of you that already read or follow me for some time, you probably are familiar with. Ine is the river where I tend to go to forage for mushrooms. But yeah, it falls. It comes to the ocean. Its mouth is exactly at Warren's Beach and close to the Rising Tide bar, which is a very small bar in a quite remote, quiet area. And we left the car there. There's just a slipway there for the boats, yeah, and for fishermen and for kind of any other boats. And we decided to walk to Port Pier instead of driving there because it was exactly about 2.5 kilometers. So we knew that it will be a nice walk forth and back, and around 5 kilometers of our daily walk. And it was surprisingly nice because I wasn't expecting the elevation along the way. So suddenly after about 1.5 kilometers. So after about a mile.
The junkyard of the Lucasades.
Yeah, I was more about the views when we
know.
went up and we could see the bay and the beach itself. So it was a lovely view, even though it was a low tide. Well, actually, low tide uncovered a lot of beach, so it was nice. Julian, it's third time that you're yawning at people.
What?
A bit of decency, please.
I'm trying.
I know you're tired, but hold on, it's just a couple of minutes. Apologies for that. So, yeah, and what Julian mentioned was something a bit sad, to be honest, because we saw a lot of kind of single trash pieces along the way. For some reason, most of them were Lucozade bottles, yeah. So I don't know, there must be either a preference of some people there drinking Lucozade, especially those people that tend not to take their trash home, or I don't know, there's some specific person driving forth and back this way and throwing the bottles regularly there.
Chugging bottles of Lucasade and
Yeah.
using them out.
So that was weird. To be honest, I think about going there at some stage with the car and maybe a trash bag. Did you just do it? Julian, you just farted. That stays.
No.
Yes, I'm not cutting that off. So,
No.
so yeah, it was a bit of trash. I might go there and actually collect those bottles. So we reached the port pier, and it's a very small pier, so not much space for our sauna, because that was the intention, to check that place and see if we can put the sauna once it's built and ready for use. And additionally, there is a big crane on top of it, so, and it looks like a recent addition to that pier. So you know, in order to not obstruct its operation, automatically, like, the diameter of the wherever it can go is out of question. And since it's a very short pier, it looked quite long on the map, but it seems very short. There's only one place where we really could potentially put the sauna there, with the view at the water and a bit of the shore. So we don't know, maybe there, or at the very beginning of the pier, there is a spot with a nice view on the ocean and the bay, but it's further from the stairs to the water, so we don't know yet. It might be a location for us, but again, it's just a exploratory exercise, because we are expecting to have that sauna by the end of March, probably beginning of April the latest, where we want to start operating. So it's time for operational planning and getting other stuff sorted. So that was pretty much it. I've added 2 pictures of puffins, little cute birds, one of them dead unfortunately, and one of them obviously living one that you can compare, because we found it, and Julian actually found it, and Julian actually identified it surprisingly fast, which I'm amazed actually. He immediately saw the characteristical beak coloration of puffin, and since puffins are not birds that tend to be on the shores, especially where the humans are, it must have been dead somewhere else and thrown ashore by the ocean. So yeah, that's what we found. It's a sad picture, but you know, that's just nature. Either some predator, or maybe it was unfortunate to hit something which just died of natural causes. And we were doubtful a little bit, because that coloration was characteristical for puffins, but was a little bit different than what we've seen on the pictures that regularly appear on the internet. But it seems like the very colorful beaks and specific kind of coloration around the eyes only happens in the mating season for the males, and they shed it away. And what we found, the puffin that was dead, was actually the natural look of those puffins after the mating season. Kind of trivia time. Not that anyone is interested in it, but if you are, well, you're welcome. So that's it for now. It's already past 7 minutes. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tomorrow, the weather will be probably a little bit worse, but there is a plan to go for some hike or something else. I'm not sure if Julian and Elizabeth will join me on that or not, but definitely something happens tomorrow. So once again, thank you very much for tuning in. And what else? Stay tuned.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.